Hey everybody, hope everybody had a good weekend. Our first responder tournament went really well. We ended up taking first with it, but just wanted to reach out and put out another video. I know we were talking about corporal punishment, and some of the comments, some of y'all are part of the problem. But today what I want to cover is kids' rights. Okay, everybody listen up, and you can show this video to your kids, because your kids, my kids, everybody's kids, these kids ain't got no rights. That's the bottom line. These kids only have rights that we as parents give to them. And again, if you don't have control of that child by the time they're 2 or 3 years old, by the time they're 10, they're going to have total control of you. And they're going to be running you. And let me put it to you like this. A kid ain't got nothing unless you give it to him. I mean, that's just straight up the bottom line. Kids seem to think that they're entitled to everything. And they walk around talking about all this kind of stuff like they got all of it. Well, parents, I'm sorry. I told you, I switched over to the high school this year, and I see a lot of kids driving Lexus, BMWs, Mercedes. Ain't none of them got no damn job. Now, how the heck they afford that unless you gave it to them? So, let me tell you this. You pay for their phones. I saw some people talking about, because some lady said she goes through her child's phone because she pays for it. Guess what? That is her right as a parent, because that phone that kid ain't paying for, that kid ain't got no privacy up in that house. Y'all need to stop, because y'all are letting these kids think they're entitled to everything. And they're entitled to zero, nothing. And y'all don't seem to understand that. Some of y'all are just freaking ridiculous. I'm telling you, when my kids were growing up, I took everything out of my son's room and left him a blanket and a book. Because that's all he was entitled to. Because that's all I gave him. I took everything and put it in the garage. Because I bought it. Not him. He didn't buy nothing. The clothes that boys got and had, I bought. Not him. So guess what rights your child has? Again, nada. Stop acting like these kids are something. Because what you're teaching them, they're taking out here in the streets thinking that they're entitled to something, that they deserve something. No, you better get a job, because I promise you, parents, nobody out here cares about your kid. Nobody. And the fact of the matter is, these kids seem to think that they're supposed to just walk up and get whatever they want. That ain't how this works. And y'all know this. Think about when we were growing up. It didn't work that way. I got a job when I was 14 years old. And my mom told me, when you go to work, you become an adult. You got bills to pay. My mom charged me $50 a week for rent. I was 14 years old. But guess what that taught me? Every week I had to pay that $50, no matter what. But when I turned 16, she made the down payment on my first vehicle for me. I got to drive their cars. Oh, God forbid. I grew up, we had some raggedy cars, I'm telling you. I had a 68 Delta 88 Oldsmobile. No. That was a boat. But guess what? I had to pay the insurance. I had to buy the gas for it. I had to pay the maintenance for it and the car payment. at 16. But you know what? All my bills get paid because my parents taught me responsibility that we ain't teaching these children anymore. I talk to these kids all the time, and they act like they something special. And I'm sorry, I love these kids, and I would give my life to any one of them to protect them. But there's other people out here that don't care. I do what I do because I care about people in general. But these kids seem to think that they got more rights than they really do. They think that your money is their money because you give it to them. But you need to make them understand so they appreciate it. Because they tear their stuff up like it ain't nothing. And expect you to go get them something else. I see them break phones and, oh, my mom will get me another one. My daddy will get me another one. Oh, yeah. What? Every morning these kids are walking across to Starbucks for coffee at 16, 15, 14, 17. I get it. I mean, I get it. But I ain't even got damn Starbucks money. And I work 3 jobs. I can't afford Starbucks every day. Parents start send it to me. I want some Starbucks every day. Y'all can afford all this? Come on. Teach these kids to be respectful of what they do have. Make them earn it. Teach them to be responsible. Because out here, ain't nobody care about nothing except themselves. And you're not teaching these kids to be respectful of their rights that they do have. That, remember, you give to them. Because they don't have any. I don't care what anybody else says. Ain't nobody got none. These children do not have any rights other than what you give them. Now, if you're beating and abusing your children, guess what? We will take your kids away from you because you don't deserve them. But that ain't what's going on here. Y'all just teaching these kids to be disrespectful as hell, and nobody likes it. Because I promise you, when they come to school, these are some different kids nowadays. And y'all don't know half of what your kids do. And then y'all show up when your kid get in trouble talking about, oh, my kid didn't do that. Bullshit. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Bull crap. I show you on video every single day what your kid does. Because that's what I do, is watch them. Guys, teach these kids how to become responsible adults. You're not helping them any by just giving them everything. I know we all want to give our kids more than what we had. But there's a way to do it. And y'all aren't doing that. You're just giving and giving and giving and giving. And you're not making them earn or respect anything. Come on, guys. It's time to wake up and smell the coffee. Because this world is getting a lot worse. A lot worse. And we need to teach these kids how to survive out here. And by making them feel like they're entitled to something, come on. Y'all know better. We got to make our children better adults. Because they are our future. And we have been failing them for years. And it's time to stand up. And it's time to make these kids learn what reality is really all about. Love you guys. Y'all have a great night. Until next time.